Hello, welcome back. Look what I've got. I had one of these since I was a child, many years ago. It's a 1:72 Hawker Hurricane Mk1, and it was given to me as a gift by a friend. And I'm going to enjoy doing this. But anyway, let's have a look what's inside it. First of all, there are some paints. Comes as a beginner set. I don't know what stage it's at, but it comes with a little tube of adhesive, Umbral cement, 4 little pots of paint. Looks like a green, a black maybe, dark blue, black, cream and a brown. And opening these up, yeah, it's just a little bit of liquid acrylic, very nice. So we're buying it. So they are over there. I've read a couple of reviews on this on the internet that say that paint is all, when they've received their model, their kit, the paint is solid. There's nothing solid about that one, it's fine. So 4 little packs of paint, a tube of adhesive. Inside, a little paintbrush. Very fine paintbrush. It's quite a big area to paint with such a small brush, but we'll get to that in a minute or two. So I shall put that there. The all important instructions. I think you can see most of that. Looks fairly simple to put together. The instructions are very clear and concise, which is more than the way I'm speaking today. There's obviously a choice. You can either have the wheels folded into the wheel well. You see that there? Folded into the wheel well here. Or the plane standing on the wheels, which is the way I will build it. I shall do it that way round. And I don't think there are any other options on it. No, there's a little pilot to go in there. And again, there's a question mark there, so I'm assuming that means that you can decide yourself whether you put it in or not. It looks here, let me show you with a knife. It looks along here as though the canopy will slide all the way back. So I'll put a pilot in and I'll slide the canopy all the way back and have it over the top. As though he's just got in and ready for the off. What else have we got in there? Oh, there's another option here, if you can see that, and that is to drill an extra hole and put a stand on it. And the stand, it says, is sold separately, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to stand it on its wheels. That's about it. There's 2 or 3 pages in different languages at the front here, mainly on safety and assembly instructions. I'm sure if you get one of these you can read those for yourself. It also tells you which paint colours to use as you're going along, which is quite a nifty idea. I think that helps. It also saves you ending up at the end of the kit when you come to paint it and find that you can't get at much of the stuff. So that's the instructions. So we've got a box. I'll put that up there. Put the instructions in it. Got a little bit of box art on the top. It's rather nice. And then you have a little bag of parts. Let's have a look what's in there. Very nice. And what we got? A wing. That's the top of the wing, I'd say. Fairly rigid plastic, looks alright. Some very delicate stuff there. That'll be for the wheels. Hold the wheels up. Looks fairly clean. There doesn't look to be any flare on it. That looks nice. Any flash, I mean to say. So that one. The bottom half of the wing. Yeah. Again, there doesn't seem to be any flash on it. It looks really quite clean, that. Sorry, I've not got it near the thing, have I? that looks really quite clean, and again some delicate bits in there, but you know, that's not too bad at all. I'll show you this one because it was way out of shot. I'm not used to having a camera on this side, that's what it is. So yeah, that looks nice. There's no flash on that at all, to be fair. It's really nice and clean. Not seen an Airfix model for, as I say, since I was a child, so some very fine detail. I don't know if you can see it on that camera, to be honest. Some very fine detail on the fuselage there, and I believe part of this aircraft in real life was made of canvas, was made of fabric, so that might be what that's trying to illustrate. I'll have a look as we go further into it. Again, some very fine stuff, some very fine details, some very delicate bits here and there. Much smaller than I'm used to building. And again, that piece there, no flash in it at all. That's very impressive. I like that. Perhaps it's time to start doing Airfix kits again. I like that. So that's those. That's mainly the propeller assembly, the tail wheel, and that's the underside of the fuselage, I would say. Some glass bits here. Put these out of the way. Some glass bits here. Yeah, little canopy. Looks to me like 3 parts of the canopy and 2 lights. So there's a main canopy. That looks like there might be the front and that might be the rear of it. Although that wouldn't make sense. I'll no doubt sort it out as I go along. But one of those is definitely the front. 2 lights, and I think that might be a tail light. But we'll find out as we go along. So that's the glass parts. I'll put those back in the bag. They do have a tendency to get scratched, as I'm sure you well know. And that is about it. As you can see, I've lined some tools up at the other side here. The paintbrush that's come with it, to paint that area, even though it's a small kit, to paint that area with this brush, you will leave brush lines everywhere, I'd say. Now I normally use an airbrush, but what I want to try and do with this kit is to build it with what's in the box, and replace the professional tools that you might use with as many, hang on, what have I stopped? And replace the professional tools we might normally use with household tools. So I'm going to replace that brush. I'm still going to use it. It will need to be used on that canopy for sure. That's got very tight frame on it that needs painting, so we'll sort that out. So that and that. Painting the wings as well with this brush, you would leave brush lines on it all over the place. That would look horrendous. So put these in there. Poundland. £1, you get 2 brushes. It's a nice flat brush. It'll do a really nice job on that on that fuselage and wing. Minimum cost. Normally I would use sprue cutters for cutting the parts off, but I think a sharp pair, let's find us something that's fairly robust. There. Sharp pair of scissors, and that's cut off nicely. Look at that. So you don't necessarily need a pair of sprue cutters to do something like this. Of course you would leave a little bit of the sprue on there. These nail files, which are basically the same as the sanding sticks that you get in modelling shops. Again, Poundland. You get 30 of these in various coarsenesses, various grades for £1. Can't argue with it, can you? I think you will need a craft knife. I don't think there's any way of getting around that. I don't think any kitchen knives would ever come sharp enough to do that. But taking that away, look at that. Done, isn't it? What I'm going to do with the paint is I'm going to thin it down because I don't think there's quite enough there to do the whole thing, and there's some mixing to do as well, the green and the cream to do the underside of the aircraft. Normally I would use flow improver, Vallejo flow improver. This is basically dishwasher rinse aid, and a drop of that into your paint. I've tried it. I tried it on a shell for a gun that I'm building, and you would be hard pushed to tell whether this had been airbrushed or brush painted. It comes out really smooth, and that was using acrylic paints and a drop of this to paint that, and I would have struggled to tell the difference. So there you go, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it over probably about 3 videos, and I'm going to post them all at the same time, so you'll be able to follow them all on at the same time. I'm going to weather it with the paints that I've got here. I don't know if that's a dark blue or a black. It could be either. So I'm going to have a look at that. In fact, let's pull the top off. I think that's black. Yeah, that's a black. So that'll make a nice wash as well. That's about where it is. I'm quite happy with that. I'm looking forward to doing that. I've not done an aircraft since I was a child. And then I think it was a soft width something. And my brother and I built it and painted it with our mother's nail varnish. That went down really well, which is probably why we didn't get many more after that. Any questions, any comments, please put them in the comments box below, and it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. Until next time, ta-ra!